Morning guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on the little Zetec replica Fiesta. In today's video we're pulling out the boot well and going to get the back panel put on, but I've run into a little problem. It's going to try and film showing you me pulling this floor out, and literally we've done one pull and a little bit and it's pretty much out. That's an RSJ on the end of the building. This is what I always use. Got a block and tackle set up. I've pretty much pulled the floor out already with two pulls. I've done one, just getting it all set up, mucking around, and done the second, and we're pretty much there. I've got to bend all the lip back round and reshape it. But yeah, it just came out like butter, to be honest. So there weren't much filming of me just pulling that. But yeah, that's not looking terrible whatsoever. By the time it's a little bit torn, but we're welding all that back anyway. By the time I'm going to put another pull here. I've done one here, you see the clamp mark, and one there. I'm going to pull it back in the middle here, just straighten this out a little bit. I just want to make that look a little bit better than it does. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to get some gloves on, try and film livening this up a little bit and straighten the edge, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, there we go. So until I start offering the panel up to get the final adjustments, I can't really tell where I'm at now. I've straightened the lip out roughly to where I think it's going to go. I think the boot floor's pulled plenty enough. When I get it in and on the ramp and we start offering the panel up, then I can start smashing it about a bit, straightening it up and getting it to exactly where I think it should be. But all of the main lines overall is back in there fine. These dips, I'm pretty certain they're supposed to live like that, but we'll find out when we offer the panel up. Might have to tap down a little bit here. I'm not 1,000,000% sure, but I think I am right. I need to tap that down a bit. This one's to come down level with the rest. But for out here and for the time being, pretty happy with that. Came out pretty well. So yeah, bit more fettling and mucking around, but we can drag it back in now, get it on the ramp, have a look, offer the panel up, see how out it is, and sort of go forward from there. See you in a bit. Right, that's enough banging and crashing and straightening for the minute. What I'm going to do, I've just got the back panel out. Going to start offering it up and having a look, because this has to meet it in certain places. So I've only roughly mucked around with this edge, and then I can get to see what else needs sort of straightening. These ain't painted inside, they've just got a bit of base coat dusted in them. So I'll probably dust a bit of base coat around that just to make it look a bit prettier than it does. But we're getting there. It's not going to be 1,000,000% perfect, but it's definitely going to be usable and a lot better than it was. I'm going to put you on time lapse. I'm going to start fiddling with this back panel, offering it up. I've just got to tease out these corners to slide it in, and the same again on that corner. I'll slide it all in, get in a position and see where I need to be in there. Then we can do some final adjustments and start tapping and banging around with that and getting that as the best we can and go from there. There we go. So that's roughly in place. So if you look down here, pretty much perfect. Obviously got to tap the middle section down a little bit. Let's try and show you from up here. So I've just got to tap that lip round. Now we're still a little bit away and I just noticed there's another crease here that I missed. So I need to clamp onto here and give that a pull, and then that'll get us back in line where we need to be, over there. So we're not a million miles away. Always better to keep test fitting things and making sure it's right. So I'll go and try and pull that, give it another pull, and see if we can get it a bit closer. See you in a moment. There we go, a little bit more fettling. So basically when that's pushed up, that's all looking good. I haven't got the bottom clamped in, so obviously you get half an idea when I pushed it up, when that's up, and that's in the corner, and so on. Obviously you're seeing a bit of daylight there, but I've got to move the panel. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. We're pretty close, to be fair. By the time that's welded back on and seam sealed and everything all in now, it's going to look okay, to be fair. And that boot weld does not look that awful. We'll tidy that up, dust a bit of base coat in now. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously got to tap all that back round. I have to mark out all my spot welds, clean them up, punch some holes. Well, I might go weld from the inside on this and not punch as many holes. This middle panel I'm going to straighten and reuse. That goes over this back panel up here. So I'm trying to do it one-handed. Bear with. We've got a dent here. I'm going to just straighten that up, and we'll probably reuse this once it's all spotted on and what have you. Yeah, I'll straighten that up, hammer that out, make that look a little bit better. That should be fine when that's done. But yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely. It's quite a challenging little job when you haven't done, or I've never done a back panel on one of these Fiestas. So I have done a back panel before on another car, but it was a lot more straightforward than this. This sort of goes inside itself, round, up, over and everything. It's a bit of a pain, but it ain't that hard. Panel beaters do this day in, day out, and there ain't no dramas to them whatsoever. But I'm really happy with how we're getting now. By the time that's all tidied up and got a bit of paint puff around it, yeah, it's going to look really well. So I'm going to crack on, and we'll see you in a bit. Right, I've been working out where I need to drill holes in these panels. Usually you punch holes where you need them. So you can see where I've drawn some holes where I need to punch holes. This needs to be cleaned. This needs to be cleaned up where these holes are marked, but I've got to drill holes here, clean up here and up there. And what I've done on the other side, everything below this blue line I need to clean up, and that's where it's going to be welded. And I need to do holes across there and the same down this side for the welding. Then I've got to go clean up all these spot welds and remove all of the seam sealer from all in there and make that all clean so I can get in there and weld that. So I'm going to get cleaning, drill some holes, and then we'll start clamping it up. Right, as you just saw, everything's all cleaned up. Everything I've ground down ready to weld. I've used some weld through primer. I'm just using a U-pole one. Any weld through primer is good enough. It stops corrosion and things like that later on in the future. I've put a couple of Zetec screws through there and down there just to hold the panel sort of semi in place. I put the lock latch back on, and you saw me just double checking, make sure everything's lined up fine and the gaps are all good. Everything's looking spot on and we are very, very close. I am ready to weld, but I'm in a predicament. It's been a lot of work and I'm not the fastest and I am fast running out of time. Now I can stay and carry on and start welding this, but I won't be able to get you guys a video up tonight. And I'm not, it sounds absolutely stupid, but I'm not comfortable with welding a car and then buggering off home. I'd like to be here, weld it in the day, and then you know if there's any fire hazard issues and stuff like that. So I could plod on, get this all welded in now. It won't be too much of an issue, but I think we've got enough footage for today. I think we're going to wrap it up there. I prefer to weld that tomorrow when I'm here and stay in here for a while. So yeah, we've pretty much got to weld the back panel, repair the top piece of the back panel off the old one, weld that on, and we're pretty good. Then we're starting to do a bit of finishing and a bit of paintwork. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with how that's came out today. It looks absolutely spot on. Everything's lining up perfect where it should do. All the latch is good, everything on it's good. All my holes are drilled out where I need them to do my spot welds on the inside and on the outside. We're there. We're looking pretty good. Considering I've never done a rear panel on one of these Fiestas before, I'm well chuffed. I've only ever done one previous to this. It's not my forte, as most of you know. I'm no panel beater, but yeah, I'm chuffed with that. I think we're going to weld that up tomorrow. There'll be plenty of footage for another video on this anyway, and then we're on to the bodywork and making things look like it should do. So yeah, that's it from me today. As always, a massive thanks for watching, and yeah, if you enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment like you normally do, and we'll see you very soon on the next one. Stay safe and be lucky.